Did you know that every 40 seconds, someone in this country has a heart attack? Think about that. By the time you finish watching a short video, several people will have gone through a scary, life-threatening heart problem. And sadly, for many, it will be the last thing that happens to them. Here is the most frightening part. 2 out of 3 of those people had no idea it was coming. They didn't feel chest pain or have trouble breathing. There were no warning signs. Everything seemed fine. And then suddenly, there was a disaster. This is the truth about heart disease once you are over 50. For men and women in this age group, it is the biggest health threat. It causes more deaths than cancer, accidents, or diabetes. For many groups of people, heart disease takes more lives than all other causes combined. But here is the good news that you don't often hear. Most heart attacks can be prevented. And the first step to prevention comes down to one simple thing: the health of your arteries. Think of your arteries like pipes. When they are clear, smooth, and flexible, blood flows easily. Your heart gets all the oxygen it needs, your blood pressure stays normal, and your risk of a heart attack is very low. But when your arteries are clogged, swollen, and stiff, it's like sitting on a time bomb. You are at high risk. Today, I'm going to share the top 10 foods that science has shown can help clean your arteries and protect your heart after 50. These aren't fancy superfoods from expensive stores. They are real, normal foods, and research backs up every claim. I will also tell you about something your doctor might not have mentioned. It's a common vitamin deficiency that could be slowly hardening your arteries right now. This deficiency is so common after 50 that it affects almost everyone who doesn't actively do something about it. Let's learn how to stop this process before it starts. We'll do it with food. Real food that has kept human hearts healthy for thousands of years. Let's begin the countdown. Number 8, garlic. This simple bulb has been used as medicine for longer than almost any other food. Ancient Egyptian medical papers written 3,500 years ago talk about using garlic to treat heart problems. Doctors in ancient Greece told their patients to eat it to clean their blood vessels. And for centuries, traditional medicine systems across Asia have depended on it. When you crush or chop fresh garlic, allicin is released. This sulfur-containing compound is responsible for garlic's pungent smell and most of its remarkable health benefits. The catch is that allicin is unstable. It degrades quickly with heat and time. This is why how you prepare garlic matters enormously. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Hypertension examined garlic's effects on blood pressure. Researchers analyzed 12 clinical trials involving more than 550 participants. They found that garlic supplementation reduced systolic blood pressure by an average of 8 to 10 points in people with high blood pressure. That's comparable to many prescription medications. How does garlic accomplish this? First, it stimulates nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is a gas that signals your arteries to relax and widen. More nitric oxide means lower pressure and better flow. Second, garlic prevents cholesterol from oxidizing. Here's something most people don't understand. LDL cholesterol isn't inherently dangerous. It becomes dangerous when it's damaged by free radicals. Oxidized LDL is sticky. It adheres to artery walls. It triggers inflammation. It initiates plaque formation. Garlic's antioxidants protect LDL particles from this damaging oxidation. A 2016 study from Argentina followed patients with existing coronary artery disease. Third, garlic reduces arterial stiffness. As we age, our arteries naturally lose elasticity. They become stiffer like old rubber bands. Stiff arteries mean higher pressure and more strain on your heart. A 2018 review found that regular garlic consumption significantly improves arterial flexibility regardless of age. Number 7, turmeric. Turmeric contains curcumin, its primary active compound. And curcumin happens to be one of the most thoroughly studied natural anti-inflammatories in existence. A 2012 study published in the American Journal of Cardiology looked at patients undergoing coronary artery bypass surgery. Half received curcumin before and after surgery, half received placebo. The results were dramatic. The curcumin group had a 65% lower risk of heart attack during the post-surgical period. Another study from Thailand followed patients with type 2 diabetes. This group faces extremely high cardiovascular risk. Those taking curcumin for 6 months showed significant improvements in arterial function. Their blood vessels actually dilated more effectively in response to increased blood flow. A 2019 meta-analysis in the journal Nutrients reviewed randomized controlled trials on curcumin and heart health. Researchers concluded that curcumin improves endothelial function as effectively as exercise in certain populations. Think about that. A spice that mimics some of the arterial benefits of exercise. The challenge with turmeric is bioavailability. Curcumin by itself is poorly absorbed. Your body recognizes it as foreign and rapidly eliminates it. But there's an ancient solution that modern science has validated. Black pepper contains piperine, which inhibits the liver enzymes that break down curcumin. Studies show piperine increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Number 6, beetroot. If you want to lower your blood pressure by dinner time, try eating beets for lunch. Beetroot is one of the most underrated vegetables for heart and blood vessel health. Its effects can work quickly and are well supported by research. The main benefit of beetroot comes from nitrates. You might think nitrates are harmful because they are found in processed meats and can form unhealthy compounds. But nitrates from vegetables are different. Vegetables also contain vitamin C and other natural substances that help prevent harmful reactions, so the nitrates in beets are safe and helpful. Here is what happens in your body. When you eat beets, the nitrates are changed into nitric oxide. This process happens with the help of good bacteria in your mouth. Nitric oxide helps your blood vessels relax and become wider, which improves blood flow and can help lower blood pressure. A landmark study from Queen Mary University of London gave participants either beetroot juice or a nitrate for within 3 hours. Those drinking beetroot juice experienced significant blood pressure reductions. Systolic pressure dropped by an average of 8 points. Diastolic dropped by 4 points. But here's the really important finding. The study continued for 4 weeks. Participants drank beetroot juice daily and their blood pressure remained lower throughout. Their arteries had essentially learned to produce more nitric oxide on their own. Placebo. Another study published in the journal Hypertension focused specifically on older adults. Average age was 65. Participants consuming beetroot juice daily for just 1 week showed improved blood flow not just to the heart but to the brain. For people over 50, this is crucial, because reduced blood flow to the brain affects cognition, memory, and ultimately stroke risk. Beets offer more than nitrates. They're rich in betalains, powerful antioxidants that reduce inflammation in blood vessels. They contain folate, which helps lower homocysteine. They also provide potassium, which helps counterbalance sodium and regulate blood pressure. Number 5, flaxseeds. Flax seeds are the richest plant source of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. ALA is a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Your body converts a small percentage of it into the same EPA and DA found in fish. But ALA has benefits of its own independent of that conversion. Omega-3s integrate directly into cell membranes, including the cells lining your arteries. They make those membranes more fluid, more flexible. They also reduce the production of inflammatory molecules. A massive 2008 study followed 3,638 individuals over 6 years. Researchers found that people with the highest ALA intake had a 50% lower risk of fatal heart attacks compared to those with the lowest intake. But flax seeds offer more than omega-3s. They contain lignans, unique fiber-related compounds with antioxidant properties. Lignans reduce inflammation in arterial walls and may help lower blood pressure. Canadian researchers conducted a study where participants ate 30 grams of ground flaxseed daily for 6 months. The results were comparable to blood pressure medication. Systolic pressure dropped by an average of 15 points. Diastolic dropped by 7 points. A 2018 meta-analysis reviewed 25 clinical trials and found that flaxseed consumption significantly reduces fasting blood sugar and insulin levels. The soluble fiber in flaxseed slows carbohydrate absorption, preventing the dangerous blood sugar spikes that damage arteries. Number 4, walnuts. When you need a snack, reach for walnuts. Your arteries will thank you. Walnuts are unique among nuts. They're the only nut that provides significant amounts of alpha-linolenic acid, the plant omega-3 we just discussed. In fact, walnuts are mostly polyunsaturated fat, including that heart-protective ALA. A 2011 study measured antioxidant levels in 9 different nut varieties. Walnuts came out on top, containing nearly twice the antioxidants as almonds, peanuts, and pistachios. These antioxidants include ellagic acid and various flavonoids that specifically protect blood vessels. Another study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology followed individuals with high cholesterol. Half added walnuts to their daily diet. Half didn't. After 8 weeks, the walnut group had lower LDL cholesterol and improved artery function. Their blood vessels responded better to demands for increased flow. Researchers followed nearly 7,500 older adults at high risk for heart disease. Participants were assigned to different dietary patterns. One group ate a Mediterranean diet supplemented with extra virgin olive oil. Another group ate a Mediterranean diet supplemented with mixed nuts, primarily walnuts. The results were so clear that the study was stopped early. Both groups had fewer heart attacks and strokes, but the nut group showed particular benefits for reducing cardiovascular mortality. Number 3, citrus fruits. Everyone knows citrus contains vitamin C. That's hardly news. What most people don't realize is how absolutely essential vitamin C is for arterial structure. Vitamin C is required for collagen synthesis. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. It provides structure to your skin, your bones, your tendons, and crucially, your blood vessels. Your artery walls are literally held together by collagen fibers. Without adequate vitamin C, your body cannot produce or maintain healthy collagen. Your arteries become weaker, more prone to damage. They develop microscopic cracks and fissures that your body tries to patch with cholesterol. Those patches become plaques. This isn't speculation. Scurvy, the disease caused by severe vitamin C deficiency, causes blood vessels to rupture and bleed spontaneously. That's an extreme example, but it illustrates the principle. Vitamin C keeps your arteries physically intact. A 2015 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 2,500 participants for 10 years. Researchers found that those with the highest blood levels of vitamin C had the lowest risk of heart failure. The relationship was clear. More vitamin C, less heart disease. A study from Israel followed patients with high cholesterol who ate 1 red grapefruit daily. After 30 days, their LDL cholesterol dropped by 20%. Their triglycerides dropped as well. The effect was significant enough to rival some cholesterol medications. Number 2, leafy greens, spinach, kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, arugula, mustard greens. These vegetables should form the foundation of any heart-healthy diet after 50. They offer a combination of nutrients specifically targeting arterial health. Let's start with vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that incorporates directly into cell membranes. It protects the fatty parts of your cells from oxidation. And since LDL cholesterol is essentially a fat-carrying particle, vitamin E protects it from becoming oxidized and sticky. A 2015 meta-analysis in the British Journal of Nutrition reviewed multiple studies on vitamin E and heart disease. Researchers found that higher vitamin E intake was consistently associated with lower cardiovascular risk. Each additional 5 milligrams daily reduced risk by about 7%. Spinach and arugula particularly contain high levels of dietary nitrates. These convert to nitric oxide, widening blood vessels and lowering pressure. A single cup of cooked spinach provides about 200 milligrams of nitrates, comparable to a serving of beets. A study from Sweden gave participants either a high-nitrate spinach drink or a placebo. Those drinking spinach saw their blood pressure drop within 3 hours. Their arteries became more flexible and responsive. The effect lasted throughout the day. Leafy greens also provide magnesium. Magnesium is critical for heart rhythm and blood pressure regulation. It helps blood vessels relax. It counteracts calcium, which constricts vessels. Yet most people over 50 are deficient because soil depletion has reduced magnesium content in food. A 2018 study found that higher magnesium intake was associated with lower risk of coronary heart disease. For every 100 milligram increase in daily magnesium, heart failure risk dropped by 22%. Number 1, natto. And now we arrive at the most important food on our list, the food that may single-handedly save your arteries. But if you're serious about preventing heart attacks after 50, you need to know about natto. Natto is fermented soybeans, a traditional Japanese food typically eaten at breakfast. What makes natto so special? Natto is the single richest food source of vitamin K2. Now, most people have heard of vitamin K. It's the vitamin that helps blood clot. That's vitamin K1 found in leafy greens. Vitamin K2 is different. It's found almost exclusively in animal products and fermented foods, and natto is the only significant plant source. So why does K2 matter for your arteries? Because K2 activates proteins that control where calcium ends up in your body. Researchers measured vitamin K2 intake and tracked who developed heart disease. The results were stunning. Those with the highest K2 intake had 57% lower risk of dying from heart disease. A more recent study from Denmark followed patients with existing heart disease. Those with the highest K2 intake had significantly less arterial calcification progression over 5 years. Their disease advanced more slowly. But natto offers something beyond K2. During fermentation, natto produces an enzyme called nattokinase. A 2009 study published in the journal Scientific World Journal gave nattokinase to participants with high blood pressure. After 8 weeks, systolic pressure dropped by an average of 5.5 points. Diastolic dropped by nearly 3 points. The effect was comparable to mild blood pressure medication. So far, we've covered flaxseeds, walnuts, beetroot, and citrus fruits. But the next foods may surprise you. One has been used for centuries in traditional cultures. Another has shown impressive associations with reduced plaque progression in long-term research. And remember, at number 1, we'll uncover a powerful nutrient most people